Well, hello again everyone. Welcome back to Wagon Wheel Friday, where we try to identify some cunning bets for the weekend on the thoroughbred racing. Now you might be asking, how did we manage to find a winner last week? I'm indicating here that we struck again. Well, we did, but when I recorded it, Sound, which won the Zipping Classic, was not identified as a possible selection to be betting on. But what happened over the course of betting, Sound did drift out, eventually started at $19 on the TAB, so we could have got set, but that's not exactly what I did. I actually looked at the race and decided, well look, if we're going to win, we need the favourite to lose. And such a short price favourite, you can lay that on Betfair, and I was able to do that. In other words, I had every other horse in the race here running for me, and so long as Spanish Mission didn't win, then we were going to get a collect. So rather than invest the $18 here on Wentwood, Lunar Flare and Silent Sovereign, in the morning I placed a lay bet on Betfair, and as you can see here, that was a risk of $18 for a profit of $40. So that's how come we managed to strike gold last weekend. I did have a couple of other bets on the weekend. Later on Saturday, I had a place bet on Mr. Carno at $17.50 the place. I thought that was just a ridiculous overs. This horse was first up. It's had 6 races first up. It's won 1 of them and placed in 4 of the other events. So the statistics said there was a more than 80% chance of running a place. And at $17.50 the place, I just thought that was well over the odds. Had nothing to do with the wagon. We also had $5 on it. And unfortunately, was beaten in a photo for third. I thought it was a little bit unlucky not to run a place. But anyway, that's punting. And so that was a loss there. And on Sunday, I had a place bet on Panag Sama, which I spoke about last week. Got $6.40 the place for it. And it did run home reasonably nicely, quite away from the winner. But got up for third to give me a profit of $27. And I did speak about the 5 horses that are in my black book. And there it was, Panag Sama. And I didn't know at the time of recording it was running on Sunday. But anyway, there you go. None of these are running this week. So no bets for me other than what's going to be happening with the wagon wheel. And so there we are with the return on investment now sitting at 23.9%. Now, as it turns out, I had forgotten to actually add in the commission that Betfair take out. You just don't get to bet on Betfair for nothing. It's the odds are better than they are on the TAB, but Betfair has a commission of 6% on the Victorian races. And so I've adjusted the spreadsheet of the results and included the commission that is taken out of the profits. And so therefore, even though we won $40 on the wager, $2.40 is taken out by Betfair as commission, leaving us with a $37.60 profit on that particular investment. So anyway, at the end of the week, we have a total investment of $440 since we started doing this, for a profit of $105.35. Return on investment 23.9%. Now, I was speaking when I did start talking about the wagon wheel that I was hoping that we're going to be able to turn the bank over in a month. Well, that hasn't happened. We've gone for a month now and we've only invested 44% of the bank. So it's going to be more like 2 months to turn the bank over. If we can keep going at this rate, which I don't know that we're going to be able to do that, but if we do, that $1,000 is going to turn into $3,600 by the end of the year. Now that's highly unlikely to happen. You know, the chances of making a 24% return is not high. You know, hold your breath. Hopefully we can do it. But as one probably more realistic viewer said, might be thinking perhaps 5% might be a better return on investment for you. And if that was the case, if we could make sort of like 5% return and maybe have a few more investments and get that bank to turn over every month, then the return will be around about 80% for the year, which is pretty special, I think. I mean, if you can you can get that sort of a return on anything. You'd be laughing yourself silly, really, wouldn't you? But the advantage of investing on the horses is the fact that you're turning your capital over on a frequent basis. And you're not having to leave it sit there for a long period of time. The challenge, of course, is finding those elusive winners. So anyway, this week there's 5 races. So I've had a look at all the main meetings, and I think I've identified 5 races where I think the Wagon Wheel has a reasonable chance of finding the winner for us. So let's go to the spreadsheet and have a look at them now. Well, first of all, looking here at Pakenham, we have the Pakenham Cup as the first identified race, and only one horse is at a price currently that suggests that we would be wanting to back it. It turns out to be the favourite, and I'm really interested in this particular horse because it's being ridden by Jamie Carr, who is just returning from her 3-month suspension following her very serious misjudgment about sort of having a bit of a party when they're supposed to be isolating during the COVID lockdown in Victoria. And you do notice here that I've allocated an extra couple of points to Jamie. I think she's the best jockey in Australia, although the way that James McDonald rode during the Spring Carnival in Victoria, I'm going to be giving him 12 points also if he happens to bob up in any races. But even if we took her at 10 points, she still would have come out, if we put that in there now, say at 10, it still comes out at $3.33, which is a bit under the current price of $3.40. Put it back to 12. So at this stage, it looks like we're going to be backing Smoke and Romans in the Pakenham Cup. The other race at Pakenham, the Vobis Gold Bullion, it has come out with the horses pretty much in favourite order, but Yulong January, which is the favourite, is not at a price that we can back it at. So we're having 2 possible bets here at the moment. Looks like Elvis. We're going to having $10.75 on that because it's currently priced at $8 and the Wagon Wheel has it priced at $4.65. And the other one, which is pretty interesting, Drop the Mic, is $61 chance, and the Wagon has it at around about $12. So I might be thinking about, if I can get like $10 or $12 the place on that, might be backing it for a place rather than backing it for the win. It's up a lot in class, so it would be surprising to see that one get up. Over at Ascot, we've got the Sir Ernest Lee Steer Classic. 3 classic races, one after the other. 3 horses to bet on here. Again, we've got it sort of coming up with most of the favourites at the top, although a few of the other favourites are not fancied by the Wagon. So we're going to be betting on Stay Safe, betting on Sparkling Blue, which is quite a nice overs, rated at $6 by the Wagon, and it's currently at $14. And then Pat's Got Sass just sneaks in at the moment with a price of $23, with the Wagon pricing it at $20. The Jungle Dawn Classic, the favourite comes out on top according to the Wagon Wheel, but a nice little overs here on La Farola. The Wagon at $6 roughly, and we can get $10 about that. And the other bet just sneaking in, Real Charisma at $13, just over the Wagon Wheel odds of $10. And finally the Kingston Town Classic, and this is very much like last week's Zipping Classic. It comes out with the favourite on top, but the favourite's priced at $1.45. This is exactly the same as Spanish Mission was last week. And then the next 4 horses all are bets according to the Wagon Wheel. Now I've indicated over here the return you would get if these happen to win. If Searching Rocks got up, we'd get back $106. This one, Dance Music, it's highly unlikely that's going to happen because last time they raced, Western Empire beat Dance Music by 7 lengths. But you know what racing's like, it's never ever consistent. It's a $323 return. If we put our nearly $8 on that one, and then $72 return and $50 return for the other 2. What concerns me about the race is the second favourite is way down the bottom here on the Wagon, and I'm very much of a mind that we're going to lay this one, the the same as we did with Spanish Mission. Now there's $25 we need to be putting on these horses. At this stage, I'm probably going to be laying the favourite, so that would mean I'm probably going to be laying it at about $1.50. You'd probably lay it at on Betfair, which means I'd get a return of $75 if Western Empire lost, and we've got all of these other horses running for us, including the second favourite, along with these other ones which the Wagon does like price-wise. So that's where we're at. 95% sure I'm going to be laying Western Empire at $1.50 on Betfair if I can get it, for a return of $75 if it loses. And so that's it. Total investment for this week is going to be around about $90. Fingers crossed that we can get 2 of those 5 up, because if that happens, then we will get a return of more than $50 on each of those, and we'll be in profit for the weekend. But horse racing is horse racing. It is a big speculation, and fingers crossed for some success. If you're having a punt, I hope you have some success, and until I catch up with you next Friday, I hope you continue to keep very well.